Hello, everybody, and welcome. We now begin our second episode of Erimos, the World of Sadness. We have a few more players today, so we'll be switching in between two different sections of the game. Not a big deal. It's going to be a lot of fun here today. So we'll have our current characters introduce themselves, and our new characters will remain a mystery until we discover them. But we'll start right off with the people currently on the map. We'll start with Brandty.
Hi, I'm Brandty. I am playing a wizard
Beriss.
Beriss, teased in trial. I am a monk.
And Marion's character will be ghosted by me, and then the rest of the characters are still currently a mystery, except for Johnboi. Go ahead and introduce.
Why, hello. I'm Johnboi Fifthblade, son of Sloane. I am Johnny Rogue. I'm pleased to meet you.
So, last time we came to a large door, the entrance of Warmanon. You all pensively come to an enlarged room with its large yellow limestone walls and metal floors. You can see 4 statues on the left and 4 statues on the right, each depicting a different one of the many false gods of this world. The archway comes to a central keystone at the top. The stones are squared and worked to their finest quality you've seen in your life. At the top left and right corner of the door are 2 black cylindrical objects that oscillate from left to right. Pouring from them is a red light onto the metal floor that you've walked down. A small glass panel sits at waist level, embedded into the stonework on the right-hand side of the door. Large green and gold tapestries hang on the right and left sides of the door, parallel to the sides of the arches, each showing what appears to be a series of hammers, screwdrivers, and tools arranged in the shape of an asterisk. The door itself is a massive metal door, which has been pried slightly open at the center. The metal has apparently been forced open, scratches on either side of the double door. They appear to be either from very sharp claws or tools. At the distance you're currently standing at, it's hard to tell. The center has been folded over by something of tremendous strength. At the base of the door are separate piles of blackened ash, strewn intermittently and increasing in frequency as you get nearer to the door.
I do not like the look of this place.
That looks auspicious.
What do you
Marion,
plan to do, little one?
Marion looks at the door quizzically.
Dee?
And he looks at Beriss. Well, I follow you.
I do not enjoy that plan. Alright, Beriss would step forward.
Okay. This is not represented on the map, so this is purely imagination currently.
Okay. You said there was like a panel?
Right. There is a small glass panel embedded into the stonework on the right-hand side of the door as you face it.
I guess Beriss will go up and investigate it. I mean, I'm not very good at that, but...
Okay. As you walk up and approach the door, suddenly the 2 oscillating cylinders look at you, and the red light pours over top of you. You hear the following. Actually, you hear some speech that you don't understand, but Brandty understands it because it's in Gnomish.
Holla.
Security system activated. Scanning. Race, Ajani. And then Beriss, in the Ajani language, you hear a voice coming from the door say the following. Greetings, I am Formanon Security Unit. Second Blade, son of Fnipple.
Beriss tilts his head sideways at it and goes, I am Beriss, chieftain in Tayo, son of Bitex.
State your business at Formanon Complex.
He turns back towards Brandty, kind of shrugs.
Brandty, you don't know what it's saying right now.
What's it saying to you?
It wants to know why we're here.
I'll make something up.
Bitex kind of, Bitex, yeah. Beriss kind of, shuffles his feet a little bit nervously. He goes, we have discovered this location. We have come to investigate it.
Go ahead and make a persuasion roll.
Oh.
Oh god, I'm bad at this!
Yeah.
Have you ever thought of being good at it?
Have you ever tried the other thing?
Yep, nope. Dumb lizard man.
Brandy's gonna come in and help.
As you start walking in, the door says, so, you are a robber. And then both of the cylindrical units start glowing a bright, bright red.
I do not wish to take anything against the law.
Brandty, as you step forward, the door speaks again. Scanning. Race. Gnome. Hello. Please state your business.
Hi, I'm Brandty. These are my friends. We are here to rediscover the lost history of the gnomes and my people.
That is what I said. Computer did not understand me.
The door, the two cylinders that are pointing the red light over you guys, sort of kind of look at each other and look back at you. You both, one cylinder goes over, the red light pours over one of each of you. Marion
Brandy gets some nervous side eye.
Yeah, Marion is clutching at his warhammer, ready to pounce. And he says, I don't much like this.
I don't think we have any other choice. We are here peaceably. Please let us pass. We mean no harm to this place.
Please state your identification.
I am Brandty, daughter of Lobelia.
What clan?
My full name is Brandty Ningle Fnipper.
Scanning. Fnipper clan. Living relatives. 2. Residence, Tekaranon. Status, student. Very well, Brandty. You may enter. And the door starts opening.
Wait, what do you mean there are 2 living relatives? Here?
The door doesn't respond.
Okay, Brandy's going to approach the door.
Okay. You notice now that the 2 cylinders on either side of the door deactivate. And they stop glowing their reddish color and sort of slump into a powered off state. As you get closer to the Brandty, as you get closer to the glass panel, you realize as you look down at these piles of blackened ash that there are teeth and finger bones in some of this.
Oh my gosh, you guys. Y'all don't want to stay out here. And she gestures rapidly for them to come over. This place is really dangerous. We have to stay together.
I think they were the ones who did not pass the door's trial.
Yeah, I'd agree with that.
I do believe that without you, I would have ended up that way. Though I do not wish to steal from this place. I do not wish to be vaporized.
As you get closer, Brandty, and you start walking through the door, you feel a vibration. Actually, who's holding that orb that Gerald gave you?
Huh.
I thought it was Beriss.
Yeah, I believe it's me.
Okay. Beriss, as you walk near the glass panel, that orb starts to vibrate slightly. I couldn't remember who put it in their inventory. I apologize.
I look down at it.
As you pick it up and hold it in your hand, it suddenly opens like some sort of flower, and a small glass panel comes up. And it shows the symbol that you see on the tapestries around you in a green piece of glass.
Whoa!
Security unit transferred.
Transferred? I do not like this magic.
Please give me to the student in training.
Beriss holds it out like you would hold out like a bug or something you found disgusting.
Fair enough.
Brandty takes it apprehensively and yet with a hint of excitement.
Greetings, Brandty.
Greetings?
Welcome to the Formanon Library. Please proceed. And
Okay.
we will now reference the map that everybody is looking at, including our wonderful viewers on Twitch.
I'm not
But,
looking at a map.
now
No map.
we'll be-
No map.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, I didn't get anything either.
No, you guys are looking at the spot I want you to look at.
Oh, alright.
Okay, so now we're referencing this, and you're free to go about and do what you want. If you move too far without making a check, that's on you.
I don't like
that's
this game
about
anymore.
As far as you can see. That's about as far as you can see right now, and we're not going to go into initiative until something happens, but you guys go ahead and do what you want.
Okay. Brandy's a little taken aback by this whole situation. There's a lot going on here, and it's kind of blowing her mind.
It's really hard, but the like 6 foot tall lizard man is trying to hide behind the gnome.
Marion is kind of bouncing with excitement, and he's like, "Oh, we get to see a library!"
Yes, Marion, we are in a library. I still think we should all stick together. I don't think we should. We should not do the stupid thing. This place is bad.
Yeah, he sort of slumps. He's like, "All right."
The computer, the voice, seems to like you, little one. I will follow your lead.
Okay.
It's hard
Brandty
to
refers to the orb. Do I call you anything? Do you have a name?
My name is the Formanon Security Unit.
That's a lot of words.
Can I call you Vorm?
Name designation change. Vorm.
Alright, Vorm. Where would the safest place for a new student to begin her research be?
I am designated as this library's assistant, as well as its security unit. I, designation change Vorm, have decided that it would be best to reference you to the index. Continue down this hallway. Now, I'm going to read off a description of this hallway so you guys get a little bit of... The tunnel before you is thick with sheets of cobwebs that make opaque blankets in front of your vision. Though you notice immediately that some of the cobwebs had been moved from the center, and a small trail of blood drips down the hallway in front of you, on top of the thick dust on the ground. Along the sides of the wall are jagged marks that separate the amazing amount of dust that covers the metal flooring before you. It is dark in this chamber. Those of you with dark vision can see fine, however, those with torches must be careful, or might cause a blaze of nearby spiderwebs that are around you. The smell is dark and musty, with a hint of something you're not entirely familiar with. It has an acidic odor. The tunnels carry a slight dampness to them, which is uncommon in surface areas. The cold of the inside feels wonderful on your face after the long, hard, laborious trek through the desert and sands. Beriss, you hate how cold it is down here. Marion loves it.
Beriss stops being a biped and starts being a quadruped. He gets down low to the ground and slinks forward, like I said, well, being a lizard, very, very, like, snake and lizard-like. And he looks down at the blood and starts taking a look at it.
It's very obvious, looking at the blood on the ground, that it is not the blood of... This would be the blood of some sort of humanoid race. You're not quite sure why it has some sort of acrid odor, but it definitely has some sort of unusual odor to it.
And it's still wet?
It is still wet, but coagulating. So it's been a few hours.
Someone has been here recently. Ask your magic orb. It may know.
Vorm? What happened here?
What do you mean?
The blood on the floor, among the piles of teeth and bones and dust, body dust. Why does this place have such high security, and what happens to people who get in here?
Roll a persuasion roll. We'll do that, and then.
Oh.
Oh shit!
Cool.
Whoop.
Inside this place is research, notes, and materials for various machinations made from mana. The Vormanon security unit, name designation change, Vorm, dispatched several intruders. However, some breached the door.
Alright. Thanks, Vorm. Guys, like, I don't know if you noticed, but I know I said we had to be careful before, but like now, really, Marion, don't take any books, I swear.
Marion doesn't really respond. Take that as you will.
Alright. Brandty is going to tentatively take a couple steps down this hall.
Okay. Do you have low light vision or anything like that?
I do.
Okay. Between the light of the small circular orb, Vorm, you called him for some reason, and your eyesight, you can make out about that.
And this is just a straight hallway? Just one direction?
Nope. As you come up about there, you can see that to your right, there is another hallway. Okay. Brandty, go ahead and roll me a reflex save.
Oh boy!
This is why I was making perception checks.
Yeah, if you want to call that 7 a perception check.
Listen, I can see the floor very well, sir. As I said, I am no longer
I'm sorry,
standing.
Brandty, I said reflex save, I meant dexterity save.
Yeah, she got
That's
it.
my bad.
Oh,
I
good.
always
Just
do that.
rolling great. Just
Brandty, you trip over a large object that's in the middle of the floor that kind of makes a sickening thud sound as you step over it, and it rolls a little bit. You then get the smell of some sort of acrid odor. You turn around and look on the ground, because you didn't fail to save, you didn't like fall over it and possibly shatter the sphere in your hand. You managed to catch yourself and not break it. You notice that the arm looks very familiar. Go ahead and roll me a survival check. Both you and Beriss can roll it, because Beriss is looking for what Brandty just tripped over, I would assume.
Oh yeah, well like I said, Beriss is crawling at this point. He is not walking.
Right. Okay, you don't really remember what that arm is. Beriss, you recognize it immediately. You recognize it as one of the arms of the Thrykeem that you came across. However, this particular arm is producing some very noxious, unusual odor.
I just want to point out that Brandty did steal one of their arms previously.
Yep.
So, she
You
should've-
now realize that this is the source of the blood that you saw from before.
okay.
The arm made it this far. Where's the rest of it?
Your guess is as good as mine right now. Marion, are you coming?
As long as you're not going to yell at me for enjoying my time here.
By all means, have a ball in this hallway.
I mean when we find the books, Brandty. Okay, and we're going to go to there, and then we're going to go over to the city of Coughlin, to the other characters, Johnboi, and our new character, Tristan. Okay. The sun peeks through the open window. The streets are abuzz with potential for coin and profit. Many different dealers are peddling wares and slinging goods. The big sell this season is a particular decadent type of spider that burrows in the sand. It carries with it a blood that you can use as a source of clean, drinkable water. It becomes a boon this time of year. Every 10 years or so, there's a massive spawning of these types of spiders, and business is good. Although very slightly poisonous even after filtering, it usually makes the town a little bit on edge for a week or two when they first start drinking it. Both of you wake up in the Blade and Bottle Inn, given a free night stay by a very nice gentleman by the name of Gerald. My good friend Johnboi won a ton of money for Gerald at the secret location at the bottom of the Blade and Barrel. Tristiro, you were in the crowd the whole time. You watched Johnboi fleece all of these local denizens of the Blade and Barrel, and you also noticed a fist fight between an Ajani and a half-orc, as well as several other fights, one between a dwarf and a minotaur, and various other things. You were given access to that basement by your good friend Gerald. Reason being is because he trusts you, whatever that means in this world. However, the city is yours for the day. You don't really have anything to do right away, and you don't have any pressing missions. Johnboi, you found out you were left behind. Beriss and the others took off without you, left you behind instead of taking you along. Doesn't really bother you too much. Plenty of things to do for somebody willing to make a little bit of coin on such things. And go ahead. Would you like to start in the Blade and Bottle, or would you like to start in the city itself?
Let's start in the city, actually. That sounds quite lovely.
Sure.
What are my options regarding locations in the city beyond just the Blade and Bottle itself?
Okay, so various other traders that are around are... I'll give you some notable traders, and then we can go from there. There is Ellen's Marvelous Armor. There is Rika's Extraordinary Arson. And there is Geoffrey and Jin's Scriptorium, which is a local magic place for... It's more for, like, people that believe in false magic than actual real magic. there's a rumor popping around town that there is actually somebody using magic there, but every time the people decide to investigate it, they always come up with the fact that there's no magic in this place. Why would you think that?
I'm gonna go to that one. That sounds delightful.
Okay. I'll get to that in just a moment. Tristero, you wake up in the Blade and Bottle. The day is yours. What do you do?
Being new, I think I will just follow Johnboi, lest I get lost or run into some unfortunate incident.
Okay. So, as you both walk out of your inn rooms, Johnboi and Tristero make eye contact. You notice Tristero as another trusted associate of your friend, and now a man who's found need in hiring you, Gerald. You both walk out of your inn rooms and see each other.
Hey, hello. I see you have slept, I assume.
Very well, thank you. I'm Tristero, by the way, off-worlder, very new to Coughlin.
An off-worlder. Oh, those are the funnest. I am Johnboi. They call me Johnboi Fifth Blade, but that's not really important. I'm curious about what you have seen, though. That sounds delightful.
I'm sorry, you're curious about what?
You have seen other places if you are from an off-world. What have you been to?
Only my home world, which is quite different from this one.
Well, don't worry. Now you're here, and everything will be terrible. But the good thing is, at least you get to try and survive. That's a good thing, right?
I suppose.
Well, I have some business that I'm hoping to drum up. You see, I've heard a little bit of a rumor that there's a local scriptorium where there's some magically powerful things, and as you'll soon learn, magic here is very, very rare. Would you care to tag along, or do you wish to do other off-worldy things?
I believe I'm stuck here for a while. I would be happy to tag along.
Oh, I love it. Indeed, you are stuck here. As far as I know, nobody has ever escaped this world.
Wonderful.
Indeed. Come with me. Let us frolic and joy, now that you are living on a planet where everything is dead and sad.
Okay. Oh, boy. You guys all make it to the front of Geoffrey and Jean's scriptorium. The shop is a two-story building of timber and brick walls with carved wooden doors and a smooth stone floor. The air is filled with motes of prismatic light. As you open the door, a unusual-looking young male half-elf. He seems to be eyeing you curiously. And Tristero, he doesn't really seem to recognize you as much as he recognizes Johnboi. As you walk in, he goes, fascinating, fascinating, yes. He runs up to you, Johnboi, and he starts manipulating, sort of like reaching out to your head, and he goes, what a marvelous specimen, yes, yes, yes. Tell me, have you passed your trials yet?
Well, trials are such a strong word. I mean, define trials. Do you mean like with a lawyer, or do you mean other
He
things?
kind of like you can tell his mood immediately sours a little bit, and he kind of like frowns. He looks back at you. The one where they put the elemental in your chest.
Oh, that one. Well, I mean, I have certain, well, yes, of course. I might say the words yes to you if you might have some interesting information about why that's important.
No reason. What can I do for you? Welcome to Joffrey and Jean's scriptorium.
I look around and see what the room itself kind of has in store. Is this guy kind of out of the blue, or he's kind of like mingling along with like a bunch of people? I just kind of get a vibe for where we're at.
So there is nobody in this two-story. Like it's a two-story building, but there is literally no other person in this shop area. There's a normal counter that has a glass front that he walked around to get to you. There's a large ladder leading up to a two-story bookshelf that has books strewn all over, with a ladder on the right-hand side. The left and right-hand sides of the room are filled with books and novels and parchment paper and things like that.
I told her to pick out their own clothes today.
You do notice that he also has some books and rolled papers within the glass container as well. And you get the hint that from talking to him that nobody's been in here for a while.
She chose to wear it today.
It seems that this place is hopping for business. I would love to talk to you a little bit about some financial opportunities. You see, I'm, as always, looking for work, and I love to eat. I haven't done that in a while. I last ate yesterday. It was great, but before that, it was a bit. What can you do? What can I do for you? Johnboi is very useful, you see.
Yes. What could you do for me? I have an idea. Let's do this. And he runs behind his counter and he removes a letter and places it on the counter. The letter is it has a very immaculate sort of work to it. There's a wax seal on it. You don't recognize the wax seal right away, and he takes out a small square box and then puts the letter on top of it, and he goes, "Please deliver this to a friend of mine, Rika at Rika's Extraordinary Awesome."
You have friends? Oh, that's just delightful. I'd be happy to. How will I know this friend of yours?
She owns the shop.
Oh, well, that'll make it very easy. Don't even worry about it. It'll be done in no time.
Perfect. Thank you so much. I very much appreciate it. The mail here takes so long. Who's your friend?
Oh, this is, Trastero. You can introduce yourself, though. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm Trastero, a friend of Johnboi's. While talking with him, I examine what's in the glass case, just to see if there's anything interesting, anything that stands out.
Sure. Go ahead and make me a perception check. Okay. Can you roll me an Arcana check? Ooh. I'm sorry. Trastero, you notice looking at this scroll, that one of the scrolls is got some diagrams on it that are indicative of magic use. It seems to be a scroll that contains a spell.
I say, that scroll there, and I pointed at the scroll I've noticed. What is that?
You notice his mood goes from chipper and happy to sort of sour again. Why do you ask?
Well, it looks interesting. Perhaps I would be interested in purchasing it or acquiring it.
He kind of, for no reason at all, because there's nobody else around but you two and him, he looks over his left shoulder and right shoulder. So you know magic, huh?
A little.
Good, good. Interesting. I could take it out and let you look at it if you like, or I could tell you what it is. Choice is yours.
Would you take it out for me, please?
Very well. He takes out this. He takes out the scroll and he puts it on the counter. You unroll it in front of you and look it over. Go ahead and roll me. Sorry, you already rolled a knowledge arcana check, so you know that this scroll is a scroll of the spell. Oops, sorry, I let go of the button. This is a scroll of dispel magic.
Not as interesting as I had thought. Thank you all the same.
Are you done with your inquisitive questions? I don't want to bother our kindly patron anymore. We should really get on the road.
If you insist.
He
Thank
takes
you
this.
for
He
that.
looks. So Tristero, he looks genuinely insulted by that, and rolls up this scroll and like, kind of tosses it in the drawer in front of him. And then you guys exit the scriptorium, and with that, we will return to our other party in the ancient city of Vorm. All right. So, Marion, welcome back.
Hey.
It turns out you can make 30-minute drives in 17 minutes if you're driving for your character's life.
Please be safe.
That
Yeah.
Subaru
Also-
caught air.
Also, can you turn down your mic a little bit?
Sorry, Discord updated and I have to change everything again.
That's all right. Okay.
How's that?
So,
That's better.
so here we are, past the security door, and now Brandty is holding a talking object in her hand. She has fallen over a severed arm that seems to be giving off some sort of acrid smell. And go.
What's that?
It's what remains of the last intruder that got through these doors.
Some of those bug things we fought.
They were probably looking for something along the lines of what we're here for, too. Or what we're trying to research, she says and eyes the orb carefully.
I'm about to say.
Please be careful.
I'm going to do a perception check down this right hallway.
Okay, go ahead and roll it up. Damn!
Jeez, that's all the perception.
Brandty, you notice down the hallway a soft red glow coming from around the corner. At that same, as you see that glow, you tilt the sphere in your hand to bathe a little extra light down, and as you do, you see what looks to be some sort of appendage retract around the corner.
Fuck that. Everyone, there was a glowy thing, and then this very suspicious appendage down there that moved. I don't like that. I don't really like anything about this situation, actually. So let's go.
Go as in continue to explore, or go as in to leave?
Vorm, are there other beings in here with us?
Unknown. I am a security unit and guide.
And you don't know what else is in here? I mean, you do you, Vorm, but I'm just pointing out that it's kind of a big hole in your security.
The number of intruders is 4.
Does that count?
The number of residents is 5.
Am I considered a resident or intruder?
Neither.
Oh my god. Okay.
You are considered guests.
We appreciate your hospitality, Vorm.
The orb doesn't respond.
Brandy's going to go investigate that weird light. Slowly. It's
Okay.
suspicious.
So you're gonna move forward like 30 feet, or how far are you moving forward?
I'll start with 20.
Okay. Go ahead and move yourself 20 feet down that hallway.
And she's just hanging out inside that wall.
And everybody go ahead and roll initiative.
Oh,
Damn
Well,
it!
everybody in Vormenon, anyway.
Aw.
Hold on one second.
ugh.
Sorry, guys.
Yes!
Woo.
No!
Okay. Let me roll up for these knuckles. Jesus, I've got so many windows open.
Oh, gross.
Yay, DMing!
I know, right? There we go. Jeez. Okay.
At least I'm not going last.
On all 6 jagged legs before you is a hard-shelled beetle-like creature. Its two eyes appear to glow a light red hue as it locks its eyes on you, Brandty. The center of its face houses a particularly nasty pair of sharp-bladed pincers, and the throat of the creature emanates the same reddish light, although brighter, than what is emanated from its eyes. As you look at the creature, in its own soft glow, you can see that its chitined shell appears to have very little or no vulnerable spaces. As the creature's eyes grow in intensity, so does the heat of the surrounding area.
Hail and well met. Brandty fucking runs and turns around and runs away.
Beriss, you're up first.
What? No. Actually, wait. Brandty has
I didn't
21.
reorder. My bad. Brandty, you're first.
Brandty runs away.
Okay.
Brandty nopes right out of that one.
All right.
This one's for you guys.
Brandty, I just want to let you know that is bullshit.
What is for us?
Beriss, you kind of saw what was going on, but Marion, you didn't really.
That is why
So-
I'm declaring it bullshit.
Hey, Vorm, I found your intruders. Any help?
Vorm does not respond.
Oh,
Best defense ever.
All right, so you're just moving, Brandty? Are you doing anything else?
Brandy's gonna let. Brandty doesn't have a clear shot from here. Brandy's good out here.
Okay. Beriss, you're.
I'd still declare bullshit. Anyway.
Okay.
Because monks can run like a motherfucker.
Indeed, they can.
Alright. So I'm gonna. Sorry,
Is
I
the
forgot to
monk
hold the
gonna
button
do
down.
something?
God damn it. I was talking without holding my goddamn button down. Alright, first off, gonna declare, we're gonna declare Flurry of Blows by using up 1 key point. Shit, I have no key points left. Wait, yes I do. I forgot, I get mine back after goddamn 10 minutes. Alright. Gonna declare Flurry of Blows. Going in with 2 regular attacks and 2 unarmed strikes.
I like it.
Nice.
The last one doesn't hit.
Alright. So that makes it 30 damage.
Okay.
Beriss, continuing the crawl, never getting off the ground, scampers and flips over top of Brandty, like goes from the 4-legged crawl, pushes off the ground, flips over top of her, lands and continues to crawl along the edge of the wall, springing out with his sword drawn at his side, Kensai style, draws it in a quick flash of the blade, puts it back in, and then goes in for an elbow strike.
As you cut the beast before you, you find that you don't even need the elbow strike because you cleave straight through the center of the beast. As you do that, you can smell an extremely strong odor of that acrid, disgusting smell start leaking out of it. It leaks this unusual looking purple blood. but you cleaved it directly in half. And you're just kind of now, you're not nauseated by it, but you're not a fan.
Alright.
Anything else, sir?
That is my action and bonus actions.
Okay. That beetle is dead. Marion.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. I can't quite reach, so I'm going to shoot him with crossbow.
Okay. That's a hit.
Yay! 6 damage!
Your rage damage doesn't count for a crossbow, so it's only 4.
Yeah, I'm not. That just got filled in there, so it's just. Yay, 4 damage.
Okay.
And as my bonus action, I'm going to rage.
All
Retcon.
right.
No, already said it. Damn it. Oh, okay, let's go.
All right. That it?
That's all I can do.
Okay. The fire beetle looks at you, and the throat of the creature swells up to tremendous size. It then suddenly erupts in a gout of flames in a 15-foot cone in front of it.
Whoa.
I need both Beriss and Marion.
To make dex saves,
Yes, please.
and I have advantage on dex saves because barbarians.
I rolled a 3.
Oof. Beriss, yeah, that does not succeed. So you're gonna take the full 3d.
Ooh.
Not good for me. Not good for me.
So that's 14 damage to Beriss. Marion, I believe. Well, you made your save, so you take half.
Sweet. Only 7 damage. Because it's fire and I don't have it again.
Right. Now I need you all to make a dex saving throw. Again.
Not...
Yep.
Does the 15 do it?
Well, do you have advantage?
I get advantage on dexterity saving throws against effects I can see.
Oh,
Danger sense.
right. Danger sense.
That's better. Beriss, that succeeds. Brandty, I need you to make a save as well.
Meh. Okay. Meh.
Okay. As the fire beetle erupts its gout of flame, you notice that the cobwebs around the room suddenly combust with a small... As the cobwebs burn away, they start giving off these unusual, sort of like a glittery pink dust that comes out as the fire is going. The dexterity save is to get out of the way of the fire and this substance from touching you. So, Beriss, you succeeded. Marion and Brandty, you did not. So you take...
Wait, a 15 didn't do it?
Oh, I'm sorry. That's right. You have advantage. So, yes, the 15 did it. Brandty did not succeed.
Whew.
Damage? Okay.
And that's poison damage.
Ouch.
And the fire beetle is going to then move. So you guys can see it because it emanates its own light.
Since I wasn't at the intro, how dark is this place?
Very.
I'm just like, is it dark vision? So
because Brandty is holding the sphere, there is low light vision in an area around her. But you guys have sort of walked into a dark area.
okay, so I can only see as if it was dim light. Good to know.
Correct.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Brandty, your turn.
I don't think we should follow it. I think we should keep going the other way.
I think if we do not kill it, then it will kill us.
Yeah, fine. Okay. Okay. One sec. Brandty would like to use her crossbow.
Hey, sorry about that, peeps. I had an animal situation, so now I'm... So Brandty moved up?
Yep.
Perfect. Is that all you're doing, Brandty?
Brandty's going to attempt to hit it with her crossbow.
Okay, go ahead and roll the attack. I'm pretty sure you're in. Okay, you hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
Woohoo!
As it is turned around the corner, you let your bolt fly, and the bolt strikes it underneath the abdomen and sticks in. Beriss, you're up.
Alright. Beriss will roll up this way. And he'll pull out his longbow. When he does, Beriss literally drops down to the ground on his back and pulls back the bow string and aims with with his legs.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
I love it.
Let me just double check one thing because I have Kensai's shot.
Sure, go ahead.
I'm going to use my bonus action to declare him as my Kensai target.
Okay.
When you do this, you may deal 1d4 additional damage with a ranged weapon that you will count as a Kensai weapon for you.
Alrighty. That unfortunately does not hit, sir. Unless you have advantage.
No advantage, and I miss again.
Yep.
That's all I'm doing.
Okay.
I keep that bonus until the end of my next turn.
Sounds good. Awesome. Marion.
Reckless attack.
Roll it.
I dropped so since it'd be an action to switch weapons, I dropped the light crossbow to pull out my warhammer.
It's not an action to switch weapons.
Not anymore? Okay, cool.
Not in 5e.
I get it mixed up.
I don't know.
Nice.
Hit.
And let me roll my 1d6. Plus 4 more.
Okay, for a grand total of.
I'm sorry, I don't know how to do the math. Let me see if I can work on the character sheet to
Never mind.
include.
I got it.
You're the best.
Okay. It's still kicking. Well, not really kicking, but it's still fighting.
All right, then I will do my second attack.
All right, go ahead. That hits. Hard.
And just the 7.
And with that, you kill it. Describe how you do it.
So this is basically a bug sack full of flammable acid.
Never say bug sack again.
It appears to be something like that, yeah.
Okay, I pop the bug sack like hitting a water balloon with a pickaxe.
Gross.
Good.
Is it all flammable?
I mean, it might be flammable, but I'm hitting it with a book.
Flashback.
Okay. So, yeah. You squash the hell out of it. Let me reveal a little bit more. So the room before you appears to be some sort of grand dining hall. There are candelabras made of what appears to be some sort of brass-like material, white tablecloths, and plates made of the same material as the candelabras. There are 3 tables in all, each approximately 10 feet in length. There are a number of small chairs around these tables, each made out of wood. The craftsmanship of the wood is not what you would consider good. However, the craftsmanship of the candelabras seems to be immaculate, depicting in various ways all of the various false gods that you've seen in Erimos in legend, Beriss. As you look around the room, you realize that whatever happened here, the plates are still dirty with discarded and rotting food matter of various types and places. Some of the food matter has been consumed. You can assume by the fire beetles that you just killed. However, whatever happened, this place was left at dinner time. Many, many years ago.
I think I need to rest. The fighter from the beetles hurt severely.
So are we taking a short rest here then?
Well, if you need to rest, you need to rest.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you guys are going to take a short rest?
I need to take
Yeah, that sounds okay. I'm going to investigate the first corpse.
Okay, go ahead and roll an investigation roll for me. Aside from the acrid smelling blood of the creature, you don't really notice anything useful.
Boo.
It does appear to have some sort of sac located in its neck that allows for it to produce the fire. But once the creature is dead, it no longer produces the life force or heat needed to create that fire. And with that, you guys can go ahead and spend what hit dice you want, and we will go back to Coughlin.
Yeah, I was down to like 5 HP, guys. I totally needed that.
Whoa, shit.
Wait, how did you do that?
I clicked on hit dice.
That's a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's built into the character sheet. It's pretty sweet.
God damn it.
Yeah. I'm dumb because I didn't realize that.
Yeah, I just did it manually. God damn it. Because yeah. I'm at max health.
The more you know.
You rolled 4. Oh, wow. You were really beat up.
Yeah, I needed all. I have 5 hit dice. I needed to use up 4 of them. I was on the 5 HP. Leave me alone.
It's also only a D8, so not that much to work with. I understand. You did what you needed to do.
I'm sorry, not all of us have D12s for hit dice.
Some of us are bad at not getting hurt.
All right. So, back outside, you come across a small timber brick building with dwarf wrought iron windows built on the outside. Tristero and Johnboi.
Just looking around, how busy does this place look? Similar thing. Is it like hopping sort of place, or is it as quiet as the magic shop?
There's definitely more people at this place. Through the dwarven-made wrought iron window, you can see on the inside a couple of customers shopping for what appears to be different weapons and armor and that sort of thing.
Wondering a little bit more about these individuals. Gonna try and take a closer look. I'm going to kind of peer in with this one gigantic eye pupil.
Okay. You can tell that the people on the inside of the shop trying to purchase items appear to have a little bit more money than the average person. It's, like we said, not very uncommon for a lot of adventurers to take root in Coughlin and start out into the world searching for riches, coffers, and old buried treasures. So, in this instance, you can infer that these people may be some sort of adventurers. Or they're possibly rich nobles looking for various wares to outfit their caravans or whatever else.
I'll turn over to Tristero.
So the first thing you will want to learn, my friend, is as you walk around this place, you will be wanting to be careful with who you tell you know magic to. It can be a sore subject in this world. But that said, if you wouldn't mind leading the way, I trust that you'll be the stronger of the two of us.
Tristero?
Did we lose him?
We might have.
You may have.
Okay, well, I'll say Tristero walks into the building. And we will roll from... Okay. The inside of the building carries numerous different weapons, daggers, long swords, some of which appear to be magical of some sort, which is really kind of something that takes you aback, Beriss. Tristero, you've seen magic before.
Beriss isn't there.
And you've seen magical items before. What's that?
Beriss isn't there.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant Johnboi. All you Ajani's are killing.
You all look.
I see how it is, yeah.
Okay, so the various items, a couple of which are magical, are located behind the counter. The proprietor of the establishment appears to be a very decadently dressed half-orc female. She stands behind the counter, and as you walk in, she kind of looks quizzically at the two of you and walks up. Well, what can I do for you?
Oh, hello. We have a little delivery for you. Hopefully, it's a good time.
I'm sorry, my dear. Did you just offer me a good time?
Oh, no. I meant only that it was a good time of day to bother you. As such a thing is ever a case, but you know how things can be sometimes. People can be busy. I see the customers you have, and I do not mean to intrude.
Okay, as the half-orc comes from around the counter, you realize that she's wearing an elaborate ball gown with an adorned, plumed, very elaborate, wide-brimmed hat. She's wearing way too much makeup on her face, and it does not look good. And as she approaches you, there is just a complete nauseous amount of perfume in an area around her.
Oh, the smells that you produce are quite pungent.
Oh, why, thank you. Flattery will get you nowhere, but gold will get you faster.
Well, I'd say that's good to know. I'll keep that in mind. So about this delivery, I was wondering if you might be able to pay Johnboi with delicious food as well, maybe?
She kind of looks at you quizzically. Well, very well. She takes the package from you with the letter, and she breaks the wax seal and opens it and looks inside, and slightly smiles, and picks up the package. Well, she takes the package with the letter, but she takes that package and she puts it in between some area in the folds of her dress. It's hard for you to tell if she was putting it in a pocket or some sort of like just in the folds of her dress. Then she reaches out to you and hands you a coin purse of 5 gold pieces.
Oh, well, this is quite generous, thank you. Can I perhaps do anything for you while I'm here? You are very smelly.
Well, I never. Get out of my establishment.
Oh, no, you misunderstand. It is a good thing. You are very
out.
Oh, okay. Well, in that case, if you ever are looking for a little more help, just let me know.
Do you leave?
I will feign leaving.
Okay, so she's actively watching you.
I will be extremely obvious about the fact that I'm trying to hide behind one of the nobles. If I can just kind of lurk around a little bit longer.
Tristero, are you there? Okay, he might still be eating, so. She kind of walks around the noble and looks at you and grabs you by the scruff of the neck.
Frills. The sail, if you will.
It appears Tristero's having some sort of mic problems.
There, that's not good.
But he can hear us. Why don't you try logging out of Discord and logging back in, and seeing if that that cures it. Sometimes Discord will just stop working randomly. No rhyme or reason
Best
to it.
time ever.
She forces you out of the establishment by force. You can try to oppose her if you want. Okay.
I'm gonna do my hand to try and slip around and see if I can't stick a little bit longer.
Okay. You slip around and you slip out of her grasp, and you can tell she's very upset, but visibly there's no difference between her cheeks with her obscene amount of rouge on her cheeks and her actual flushed anger. So she walks out to the door and opens the door and shouts, "Guards! Guards!"
Yeah, well, that's my call. Goodbye. Have a lovely afternoon now.
Johnboi, you start leaving, I assume?
Oh yeah. No, he seeing this, he's going to do a swan dive and try and go underneath her legs and out, slide right through the door and try and get the heck out of there.
Okay. Make a dexterity save. Not a dexterity save, but
Yeah.
I'm sorry, an acrobat.
Oh yeah.
Okay. You successfully roll underneath her and out the door, but not before you notice that underneath that ball gown, there is full-plated armor.
That's not what I was expecting to hear.
You can notice that her feet are just clad.
Okay. Realizing this is a real fast dive that I'm swan diving through here, and not meaning to overstay my welcome while underneath her skirt, is there any way that I can see her, how do I put this? The thing that she hid, the envelope,
Mm-hmm. What about it?
can I see it while I am from underneath her dress, figuring if it's mostly plate armor? I'm assuming she probably has, like, I don't know, some sort of strap or a belt or anything underneath. Going off on
No, not really.
Okay, that's cool. In that case, Johnboi is just going to take his overstayed welcome for what it was, and he's going to rush back outside and try and get the heck out of there.
Okay.
With his 5 gold.
Cool. Go ahead and roll me a stealth roll, please. Or, you know what? Just go ahead and roll me a perception. Tristero, if you can hear this, go ahead and roll me a perception as well. Okay. Johnboi, you notice that there are 2 guards walking toward you, carrying halberd. They're clad in chainmail, and they are the city guard of Coblin. And with that stealth roll, you dive to this.
They appear to notice me at all.
They do not.
Perfect. I will lie in wait and hope that they don't.
The city guards walk up to the woman and start questioning Tristero. And when he gets back, we can fire off with that.
Fair enough.
But
My-
it's not long
my-
before. Go ahead.
What's worth my plan at this point is pretty much to head back to the whatchamacallit, the bottle and
The bottle and blade.
yes, precisely.
Okay. Okay, so as you guys stand there, you notice the market that's within eyeshot starts erupting in some sort of group act. As you see a large group of people gathering in the area, in like a central area around what appears to be a elven man in very azure blue robes.
Do I recognize him? I'm assuming probably not.
Go ahead and roll me an intelligence check. Are you transmitting yet, Brian? Yeah, I see your thing lit up, but not any sound coming.
Do you have the right input device set for the computer?
Interesting. Well, we'll continue with you guys, and Tristero can type in what he's going to do,
That works.
and we'll address that at a later time. That being said, as the as the people begin to gather, there is a sudden monumental roar that almost seems to reverberate the windows. Everybody turns their heads, including the guards that now start walking away from Tristero to walk over to the area. There is a man. The roar comes from a large half-orc standing in the group, but off to the elf's left. The elven man stands on what looks to be a small steel box. And he starts standing tall over all of the people that are around him in this square. He looks around at the group, and there are a few people in the group that say, "Speak, speak, speak," and start cheering. He holds out his hands and hushes them slightly. "My friends, the age of 10 is coming to an end." And suddenly the group around him starts shouting in revelry, "Yay!" "You do not need to travel in darkness any longer. I am the Changing One." And suddenly the group erupts in excitement again. "And I have come to show you a new way. A way that we all might be able to bring this world back to its former glory. I have seen many of the mysteries of Erimos, and plundered many mines of the dwarves and citadels of the gnomes, and I can tell you, there is a way where we might all be able to change things." The group around him says, "How? How do we change it?" "Pledge your allegiance to me, and I will give you food and water in exchange for a meager service of 1 week of servitude for me. You'd be doing the same if you were a caravan guard or out on an adventure."
Johnboi does not even begin to hear the end of this. He enthusiastically throws his hands up and starts jumping for joy and says that he can start volunteering.
Now, Okay, so you start jumping for joy and run toward him. As you do
Oh,
that, he
absolutely.
continues.
I'm sure the crowd is big enough that that it doesn't matter, but I'd like to join in the revelry because free food is something that Johnboi very much cares about.
Okay, Tristero, what are you doing? Okay, fair enough. Tristero crosses his arms and stares skeptically.
That's fair.
I understand that in Erimos we often look at gifts like this, accepting things that we expect things to go wrong. And I can assure you, as he's talking, somebody in the back shouts, "Show me the water!" And then a group around him starts going, "Yeah!" With a wave of his hand, the elf beckons the man forward from the group, who appears to be another Ajani. He walks forward, and the Ajani holds up what looks to be a cup that he was drinking from one of the local taverns in, up to the man. And the elf waves his hand over top of the cup, and the man looks down in the cup and then starts pouring the liquid into his mouth. And he looks over. It is clean water. He immediately gulps it down in full, and the elf reaches down and gives the man this small iron bracelet with a blue gem in the center. For your servitude, please wear this. It marks you as an ally in our cause. For the next week, of course. Please, my new friend, stand next to me. He looks around. Do you see, my friends? No gimmicks and no tricks. Just a simple exchange of services, just as you would do any other day. You agree to a week of labor and allegiance, and I give you rewards. It truly is that simple. And suddenly the man is sort of like piled on by a bunch of people, and he starts filling up water cups with the wave of his hand. And the half-orc is also emptying water skins into various cups that people are bringing up. And he starts putting these iron bracelets on the people that accept the water and accept the terms of service, I guess you'd say. What do?
I'm going to get in line. I am definitely interested. I have no idea what he wants me to do, but I'll find that out later.
Okay, Tristero. He examines one of the bracelets. Go ahead and make me an investigation roll.
Yeah.
Oof.
It appears to be an iron bracelet. The gem in the middle is it looks to be some sort of glass. Nothing spectacular, nothing expensive. Very cheap, actually. Okay. Tristero sighs heavily and gets in line with John. Johnboi, you finally make your way up to the elf.
Oh, why, hello. I see that you have delicious, delicious water. Can I have just a little bit, please? before we were?
I'm sorry, my friend. This is a deal, after all. You pledge your allegiance to our cause. Wear this bracelet, and I will give you water.
Can you tell me a little bit more about what it is we would be doing?
For the week, you'll do small labor tasks around the city of Coughlin for me. Nothing major.
And that's it?
That is it, my young friend.
Would you mind telling me a little bit more? I might have other friends who I could bring that could be of interest in water as well. You could have even more supporters and loyal friends.
And what is it that you require?
Just a little bit now. Just a little.
My young man, this is Erimos. Nothing comes for free.
Then perhaps I can give you a little bit of information.
You give me information?
In exchange for a little water?
Well, that depends on how valuable your information is to me.
Well, you see, I happen to have heard of a little bit of a place nearby that has very valuable things in it. I might be able to point you in its direction. You see, I was going there this morning, but I was left behind. But I can tell you where to go.
Make a persuasion roll with advantage.
God damn it.
Not a hard DC.
What are you supposed to be good at again?
Not that.
You have yourself a deal, young Ajani. And then he speaks in the Ajani language. Tell me what you know.
Well, you see, just a few miles outside of the city.
And I'll proceed to explain to him the details of where I believe the temple to be, because in true honesty, I actually, as a player, don't have any idea, because I wasn't here for that.
Sure. Yeah. Not a big deal.
Yeah, I will otherwise be truthful with him.
Okay.
And
I find that very interesting. Where did you learn of this?
Well, the scriptorium, of course. There's lots of good books there.
Go ahead and roll.
Haha!
The scriptorium, huh?
Yeah, of course. They have all kinds of things there. They even have magical spells. They were going to try to disarm the magical barriers on this temple. One can only imagine how powerful it is. But Johnboi can tell you where to go, because Johnboi is very loyal. Certainly deserving of a reward.
He reaches over to the half-orc that's to his left and takes a full water skin and hands it to you.
Yes.
Oh, well, that is much very kind. Your generosity is great. What may I say is the great name of the benefactor of this delightful gift?
I told you already. I am the changing one. Justiro, if you wanted to say anything during here, you can feel free. I will read it as if you're reading it. Johnboi, what languages do you speak?
Oh. In all honesty, I don't know that I properly selected that. I deeply apologize. I speak Thieves' Cant. That is literally my only language right now, which is kind of not
Oh, okay. Not a big deal.
Not even common.
common.
Yeah, he's not common. Okay, not a big deal. Then we'll skip over that. And Tristero says I indicate to the speaker that I have knowledge as to the nature of a certain scroll in the script. It seems as if this scriptorium could cause me a problem. You see the elven man look over top of the crowd, and he nods his head. Go ahead and make a perception check, both of you. Tristero with the crit. Both of you see down the hallway I will show you what you see.
Mr. GM,
Yes, sir.
we should take a 5 to 10 minute break here in a little bit so we can try to get Tristero's system working up.
Perfect. Yeah, I completely agree. I just wanted to get to the end of this little story arc so that way we could shift back to the other players.
Okie dokie, Smokey.
Okay. You see on the other side in an alleyway a green cloaked man. He has the cloak obscures his eyes, but you can see from underneath that he seems to be a human male and stands at an average height. There's a faint scar that you can see just underneath the shadow coming down from his eye. He's got a pipe in his hand and he carries a bow and a quiver of arrows on his back and a longsword at his side. And you see him nod to the elf and disappear down an alleyway. And with that, we will go to the other players after we take a quick 5 to 10 minute break for P's and Q's.
Food. Thank you.
Yep, I will
See you guys
stay
in 5 to 10.
in and watch the chat. Alright, Tristero, I want you to mess around with every setting you can to try to figure out why the hell you are not coming through.
Are we still live or not?
I can turn it off if you want.
Yeah, just so we can troubleshoot.
Works for me. And we're back.
And we're back with our denizens into the deep of the dungeon here. As I recall, we'll keep it in turn order for now. It's just going to make life easier for the current. So, Brandty, you go.
All right. Brandty is going to follow behind Marion and enter this dining room.
Okay.
I almost ordered you a t-shirt.
I don't need any clothes.
It's cute.
Yeah.
The D&D one.
Yeah.
As you walk into the dining room, you notice around you is what I described before. However, as you get closer, you realize that there are a number of small beetle-like insects, very large pincers, that run off into the distance as it sees the glow of the light from the orb.
Vorm, do you have any records on resident insect?
I didn't spend any money on anything. I've got about 180. Okay.
Resident insects, fire beetles.
Probably 100 of that's gonna be in my hair.
Okay. That's fine.
Vorm, you're really not helping me out much here.
Working for something against it. I don't really need
What else can you tell me about this place? What is this dining room? Who else lives here?
I can't talk about this shit
Number of intruders, 4. Number of residents, 3.
Oh, great.
Alexa, turn living room light on.
Marion, I don't think those fire beetles
Alexa, dim living
were
room
the
light.
intruders.
75%.
Didn't it say Residence 5 earlier?
It did.
Yeah.
So the beetles are supposed to be here.
The question is, are there more beetles or something else?
Vorm, what do the fire beetles... What is their purpose?
Unknown. They are marked in my memory as resident test subjects.
Oh! Great.
So this was a giant gnome testing lab. Ah, shit.
Vorm, do you know what the experiments were for?
Clearance not accepted. I do not know.
Alright, well... I think we need to be more... cautious, if we meet those again. Hopefully we won't. But I don't know if we should try to scrap with any more resident beetles. What do you think, Marion?
I'm not a fan of being lit on fire. But if we see them, we can't let them kind of run away and pepper flame at us. I'd say kind of move forward with a little more caution. Try not to get caught on fire.
Yeah, that works too.
Beriss, any thoughts?
I found them to be an interesting hunt. But I do agree with Brandty. we do need to be more cautious.
Brandy's going to look around that corner hallway.
The one to the top?
Right there.
Okay. So you're walking up there and taking a look. Okay. Let's see. Let me reveal a little bit. Brandty, the small hallway, 10 feet wide, opens up into another large room. This large room, although similarly decorated in numerous amount of cobwebs, contains an assortment of different books, from ceiling to floor, approximately 12 feet in height, top to bottom. Several ladders adorn the walls for people of a smaller stature, like yourself, to climb to the top and get books that they would need from the higher shelves.
All right.
Beriss, your turn.
Beriss will proceed forward, but stay close to Brandty. He's not going to go ahead because Marion seems to have a knack with keeping himself out of trouble. Let's put it that way.
Hey.
Out of game terms, Marion has Barbarian the dexterity thing where if a trap hits him, as long as he sees it coming, he has a way to dodge it.
So fast.
Oops.
Hey, Rob.
Yeah, buddy.
There's a way for you to turn those into not us being able to see them. I'll have to tell you how to do it. I'll have to figure it out later.
Yeah, we'll do that
You
next
can do it
time.
on the character sheet. You just have to write, or if you're just doing a straight up roll. Yeah, if you're doing it as a NPC, it's under the settings tab, the little gear guy.
What is it called?
Want to say whisper is the rule for it. So you want to do just whisper to GM.
Alright, I'm gonna focus on.
If you click on your tab, and on the right-hand side it says Roll Queries, Whisper Rolls to GM. If you click on it, right now it probably says Never Whisper Rolls. If you click on it, you can probably set to Whisper Rolls.
Okay, I've clicked on the gear.
Yep, on the right-hand side, where it says NPC Roll Queries, Whisper Rolls to GM. If you click on the words Never Whisper Rolls, you can change it to Always Whisper Rolls.
I do not think I have that as an option.
You probably have it as an NPC character, right? Or do you have it as like a full character sheet?
Oh, I understand. Never mind. I'm looking in the wrong spot.
Got it.
No, I'm not. I do not have that option.
What's up?
But both of you have pro accounts. Let's just continue on so that way we can keep going.
Yeah, we'll look it up and we'll figure it out later. No big deal.
Yeah. Okay. Beriss, Brandty, and Marion, go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Okay.
Heard something come through.
God damn it!
I'm
You see
sorry,
the
man.
inside of your eyelid.
I roll for shit today.
Brandty, you hear from around the corner.
Something friendly is coming. I can hear it.
No,
Can
you
you?
can't.
It sounds like a puppy.
Vorm, are these insects dangerous to guests?
Before you do that, Marion, your turn.
Gonna roll a stealth check. And then move this way. And see what's over.
Okay, hold on one second. Seems to be another hallway.
So I'm trying to just get up to the corner and peek around with this perception check here. Well, it's a hallway, I think.
It is indeed.
Alright, I'm good for now.
Okay, hold on one second.
Hey, Rob.
Yeah, buddy.
After this session, you and me are going to have a roll 20 lessons.
Okay.
Just to show you a couple tricks.
Sure.
Get learned.
Not that way. I'm not being an asshole.
It kind of sounded like you were, but I understand.
Well, no. If you put the creatures onto the GM layer, then they won't show up in our initiative tracker.
Or you could just keep it and then just let us get anxious about just seeing random initiative rolls with no context.
Okay. Brandty, your turn.
Great. Vorm, are these insects dangerous to guests?
The guests are students. You are one of them.
Yeah. So, are we safe from murderous insects that spit fire?
No.
Thanks, Vorm.
Your magic talking orb is not too helpful.
No, it's really not. I'm kind of disappointed. So I hear some skitter-scatter over in the other room.
You do.
I don't like the sound of that skitter-scatter. And since we're not safe, I would, and I don't want to die, I would opt for maybe trying other hallways?
Remember, I have no idea what's going on. I did not perceive any skitter. I'm over here looking at the wall.
Well, you ran across this room.
No, I stealthed down this way.
Okay, fine, you stealthed.
Clang, 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 clang.
Excuse me, I am super not armored.
What do you think, Beriss?
I do not know what you are talking about.
Well, personally, I don't want to go and fight a bunch of insects. It's just
Okay, Brandty, it's been
What?
quite a while that you've been talking, so I'm going to go ahead and move on to the... Beriss, your turn.
I'm gonna look around again. I'm actually gonna look at the ceiling.
Okay. You look up at the ceiling, and although it's covered in a ton of different cobwebs, cobwebs that match on the walls, the backdrop to that cobweb appears to be that same yellow limestone.
Okay. I'm not gonna fall for the age-old D&D thing of players never look up. Damn it. Well, I guess I'm gonna roll for stealth real quick.
Okay.
And then Beriss is going to crawl on his belly to check around this corner over here.
Around the corner, you see books and books and books all along the walls, covered in cobwebs, and you notice a couple of the creatures that you've known as the tougher breed of the Thrykean, pulling them off and using their not so dexterous pincers to look through the pages. Upon hearing you, you can tell that they're pointing in the direction of you, or the direction you guys are coming from, and making chattering noises at each other. And they seem to be sinking in their stance low, looking like they're getting ready for a fight.
Alright. See, I moved 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And then I'm going to draw my bow, pull back the arrow, and ready in action.
And that action is to attack?
Attack when the first Thrykean comes into attack range.
Okay.
I motion for Brandty as I do this. I don't say anything, but I nod my head towards her, and I pull up my bow and get into attack position. So hopefully she gets the hint.
got it, she says in her head.
Okay. Thrykean. Thrykean moves to there. You can take your shot if you'd like.
I am rolling so terribly tonight. That is like the fourth 3.
Thrykean closes the distance, and that is actually his turn.
Battle time!
Marion, your turn.
Alright, I'm gonna see if I can perceive that there's something wrong up there.
Sure, go ahead.
Because otherwise, I'm just gonna keep walking down this hall.
Your spider sense is tingling.
Hey, Brandty, anything going on up there?
We've got company, Marion.
Cool. 5, 10, 20, 25, 40. Ah, damn it, Beriss is in the way.
Lily, you need to go to bed.
When am I not?
Oh wait, are you lying on the ground?
Yeah.
So is Beriss in the way if I shoot my crossbow?
No, not technically.
As long as you don't miss.
So that's not a thing in 5e technically. I don't think.
You can shoot your crossbow. How about that?
Okay, could I throw a javelin? Because apparently I have those too, according to the new character sheet.
You can.
Don't hit me with a javelin.
I don't think I hit you.
You hit. Roll the damage.
Just 5.
All right. That it, buddy?
That's I'm not raging yet. So yeah, that's it. Wait. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot that attacks don't only mean melee attacks. Attacks are ranged too. Crit javelin. How'd that go?
Hold. Your javelin, your first javelin sinks through and grazes some of the armor, and you see a small trickle of blood come down. The second javelin sinks home through the Thrykene's stout insectoid leg, and it starts bleeding from around the javelin. It doesn't look very affected, but you definitely hit it.
Ooh, throwing things good. And I'm done.
Brandty, you're...
Okay. Brandty is going... Okay, wait. I would like to use Booming Blade, but it in the description says I can use this with a weapon attack. Can I technically use this with my crossbow?
Can you link the spell, and I can read? I mean, as long as you're within the 5-foot range, I guess that works.
Alright, cool.
I mean,
I like this one.
It works, but the issue is at 5-foot range with a ranged weapon, you get disadvantage.
Yeah.
Alright, fine, I'll draw.
Sorry.
Draw. I mean, you can still use your magic. It'll just get real fun.
Yeah, well, Brandy's a little paranoid about that right now.
That's true.
Probably should be.
Also, Booming Blade is magic.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just going, yeah, I'm going to try it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your attack.
Why isn't this working?
For Booming Blade, you roll the attack of one of your weapons.
For some reason my blade isn't in here, so I'm just gonna use the crossbow then.
Okay, you'll be at a disadvantage, but go ahead.
Well, she doesn't have the stats for her weapon for some reason, is what she's trying to tell you.
Yeah, I'll...
I mean, if it was a dagger strike, it would be literally the same roll anyway. Either way, I would assume a 9 misses.
Yes, it does. So you tried. My bad. Ignore that.
But I want the 20.
That would be nice.
Okay.
Are we giving out free 20s?
Beriss, your turn.
I'm Beriss. Alright, first attack, Katana Strike. Extra attack, Katana Strike. Burning 1 key point for Flurry of Blows.
Okay, the 18 hits, the 13 does not.
Alright. I'm going to spend another key point real quick here. And I want him to make a Constitution saving throw. Damn it.
The 20 hits, the 15 does.
Beriss strikes him with the blade and then hits him in the face with the butt of the handle.
Nice.
And that's all I can do.
Okay.
I was hoping to stunning strike him, but meh.
Okay. My turn.
Also, my AC is now a 20.
Ooh. That's important.
Yeah, as long as I hit with a melee attack on my turn with my weapon, my AC goes up +2.
Multi-attack.
Damn it!
So your armor class is 20, right?
Yep. Okay, that could have been far worse.
Yes, it could have. It really, really could have been a lot worse. That's life.
Hey, Marion, tag out.
Well, you're
Marion,
gonna
your
have
turn.
to move. Okay, fuck these guys.
Remember, you can move through me and Brandty's space.
Rage!
Really step over me.
Both figuratively and literally.
Yes.
But I cannot move through an enemy space.
You cannot move through an enemy space.
You can try to use athletics to shove that creature.
Would that be my action?
It would, yes.
Yeah, nah. Here to that nice little empty slot. And I'm gonna take a swing at the guy between me and Beriss.
Sure. Go ahead and roll.
Schmackety. Sorry, double clicked.
That was an epic upgrade.
Dun, 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 dun.
You're welcome. All right. So, wow, that's a lot of fucking damage rolls. What the hell's going on there?
I don't know. I thought I only clicked it once, but apparently it calculated damage twice.
Okay, so I'll take the first one then.
Sounds good.
Nice try, Aaron, trying to get away with it.
Pretty sneaky.
Hey.
I'm feeling very Final Fantasy with this music. I feel like
Welcome.
my sword needs to be bigger.
That's what she said.
Damn it, I knew that was going to happen. I thought it was going to be like, that sounds like a personal problem or another joke along those lines. Is that it for you, Marion?
I'm gonna do with the second attack to the same dude. Get rid of him.
Sure, go ahead. Miss.
Or not.
No, with that roll you're not.
Well, I'm done.
Okay. The Thri-kreen to the right of you.
Ow.
For 12 points of damage, sir. Reduced.
I am glad I raged.
Brandty, it's your turn.
Okay. Randy is going to make another attempt, but this time actually with her crossbow.
Hit. And you said you were doing the same thing as last time. Are you trying to use that booming blade attack?
No.
Okay. Anything else, Brandty?
Brandy is going to back up and make some space.
Oh no.
All right.
That's it for her.
As you back up,
Knew that was gonna happen.
you take an attack of opportunity.
Okay. Yerp.
14 points of damage.
Oh, shit. Okay. Ow!
The creature reaches out as Brandty starts running away and claws her wide open from shoulder to shoulder. You can see bits of flesh hanging off as Brandty retreats from them. As that happens, you hear from this area over here a bunch of spits and sputters and whirring sounds.
This is concerning.
Beriss, your turn.
Beriss draws his blade again.
Okay.
burns 1 key point.
Hit, hit, miss, hit. All right, put some flavor on it.
With a quick slash of the blade, Beriss draws it across the creature's arms. Once and twice. Then leans back and swings with his tail, slamming into the creature.
And as he does that, you hear a sickening crack as the head of the creature is caved.
I figured a monk with a lizard tail would actually use its tail.
Fuck yeah, it would. If I had a tail, I'd use the shit out of it in jujitsu.
But, oh, that'd be so fucking annoying.
Yeah, it would.
Christ. Oh, you and Turtle's like, no, I can choke you from here.
All right, so I'm assuming that's the end of your turn, Beriss?
That is all you do.
Still have... Okay.
Oh, movement. Yes. I shall protect the little gnome.
Okay. Fry cream chosen.
I thought that one was dead.
Not the one in front of you, Marion. Oh, yep, that one is dead. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Marion. Disregard those attacks.
Reckless attack.
Uh-huh.
Good thing.
Ooh.
And since I'm gonna presume it's still alive, another. We're gonna keep on attacking recklessly.
Sure, go ahead. Hit. Roll your damage.
Blat blat.
Hey, Marion.
Hello? Yes?
You're a half-orc, right?
Yeah?
When you crit, have you been doing your half-orc savage critical?
I have not.
Ooh.
Oh God.
I just realized that.
Unfortunately, none of these were crits, but in the future, that will be really useful, maybe.
Marion, in a reckless fashion, swings the warhammer wildly, smashing the Thryking Chosen up against the stone wall. The second hit bashes its leg out from underneath it, but it still manages to keep its 1 foot under. It returns with a volley of strikes. What's your AC?
That's sword. 16. It's if you click on my character, it's the blue.
So you take 5 damage, cut in half to 3.
Ow. The pain. The pain.
Hold on 1 second. Gotta find a description I wrote. Suddenly from the darkness and through a hallway, from around back of the Thryking Marion, you see a towering figure.
Oh, hell no.
The fuck?
Everyone, there's a big something, insect, something.
Nope.
Small spouts of steam puff in spits and sputters that occur from the back of the great creature before you. Standing two full-grown humans high is a massive crystalline structure. The top of the structure appears to be several mechanical working arms made of a dark metal. Each finger appears to have been sharpened into a fine edge. The crystal is set below, with arms below. The arms within a skeletal form seem to be in some sort of prayer in front of it. The skeleton inside the crystal appears to be that of a human, sitting cross-legged at the bottom of the crystal. The base of the creature is made of 4 substantial-looking metal legs that work in tandem with each other. The entire creature glows a soft blue color emanating from the crystal itself. It is then that you notice that the eyes of the human trapped inside the creature are still intact and still working. They move ever so slightly. Upon noticing you, the creature's back spits and sputters, and increased amounts of steam pop out on the side. From the back of the creature, you hear a long, loud whirring sound, and 2 long, slender metal orbs on poles come up from the back of the creature. A shower of sparks erupts from one orb to the other, and the hands move violently and threatening.
Marion, what is it?
So, it's about 5 feet taller than me. Crystalline, there's like a human skeleton inside it, and it's pointy. It's really damn pointy.
I'm going to show you guys what this is.
Yes, I want to see it.
Did you guys get the link?
Nope.
No.
Wait, wait, no.
Try it
There
again.
is. Oh, Jesus Christ.
So cool. I love it.
That's just no.
Give it a hug.
How about no?
Beriss turns around and looks at Brandty. Brandty? I can't believe I'm going to say this. Burn it with fire.
Magic time!
Okay.
Brandty, it's your turn.
Alright. Well, I hope we're ready for the consequences of this one.
It's
Me
death
too.
by the giant creature, or death by your magic?
I prefer chaotic death over stabbity death.
I would have to concur.
All right, Brandty, what do you do?
Alright. Brandy's going to get in position. And she's going to cast Magic Missile.
What level are you casting that at?
Well, right now I'm casting it as 1. First level.
Okay. Okay, and you're aiming all 3 darts at
Yes, all 3.
the clockwork creature.
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your damage. So it'd be 3d4 plus 1.
It's gonna be real funny if it was just coming out to say hi and isn't actually an enemy, and you just made it one.
Well, yeah, that's true.
Listen, it's an abomination in nature and it has to die. Just like spiders.
I would assume that a Johnny would eat spiders.
That doesn't make them less of an abomination.
So
Just a tasty one.
Brandty lets loose with a volley of magic missiles. As the missiles connect, you notice springs and sprockets start flying out, and the crystal inside starts glowing a heightened level of... It starts glowing a brighter blue, and the creature's inside's eyes start darting to the left and right quickly, and then it stops. Your spell seems to have some sort of unusual effect on it.
Okay. Vorm, any help?
Vorm does not respond.
I hate Vorm.
About as useful as Gladys.
Beriss, your turn.
Not a problem. Beriss is going to use his bonus action to declare the chosen there my Kensai target.
Okay.
Does a 25 hit?
It does.
For 10 piercing plus 1d4.
Okay. Your longbow arrow strikes home. You sense the key hit. The arrow pierces deep into the chitin that it uses as armor, and you can tell that it was very affected by your hit. It seems to be bleeding quite a lot now. Marion.
Last thing I did was I yell, "We might not want to meet this thing in this hallway."
Alright, so I'm gonna recklessly attack this guy in front of me. Just try to get rid of
Okay. Fuck. Okay. There we go. Okay.
Is he still up?
You hit.
Nope.
He is in fact still up.
Damn it. These things just absorb and absorb. So I'm gonna provoke that attack of opportunity and move. Crap, if I move it's gonna hit Brandty and Brandty's gonna die.
Okay, don't
I'll
kill
stay
me.
here. I'll stay here.
Okay.
The things I do for love.
Yeah, just we need a magic caster to beat that thing, and I can absorb a lot more damage.
Marion, the Thrycreen attacks you. With advantage.
Fuck. Plus 16 equals ow. 34.
After you've attacked recklessly, the Thrycreen chosen realizes it and takes full advantage, using its sword, its deadly claw, and finally chomps down with a critical hit on the back of your neck. You barely get the skull out of the way. You barely get your neck out of the way before you hear a sickening chomp, and you reach back and feel, and you realize that he nearly severed your spinal cord.
But I'm still not bloodied. Just almost dead. But that hurt. Ow. That hurt a lot.
Brandty, your turn.
Brandty is going to stab it with booming blade.
The Thrycreen?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Does that hit?
Does she get any flank advantage?
I don't think she gets advantage in this one. I'm not. Kurt, does she doesn't get advantage, does she?
It's all up to GM discretion. There's no actual flank rules.
That's what I thought. I'll give it to you.
Sweet.
So go ahead and roll your damage.
So if I hit it with the weapon attack, it's surrounded in magical energy and it can't willingly move, or it takes damage.
Correct.
Okay. Just being...
Did the music go silent for anyone else? Uh-oh. The world went silent for me. Hello? Oh god, I can see all of your guys' circles lighting up, but not hear anything. I cannot hear a word anyone's saying. Can you hear me? Okay, I saw all your lights just light up, so I assume... Shit. One moment, please. I am having technical difficulties. I'm going to have to log out of Discord real quick and figure out what's going on. That was weird as hell. Yeah, my headphones decided to switch themselves to the regular speaker channel and not use their own channel like they're supposed to. Yeah, let me just make sure that my it's picking up everything still.
You missed it, but Brandty had a magic surge that caused her to hoot like a foghorn when struck by a magic attack after some.
That sounds hilarious.
This will be fun.
I'm gonna totally forget about it, and then later on, I'm gonna be like, no, hoot, right now.
I'm just gonna put that under flaws.
So she has to hoot like an owl when what?
When struck by a magic attack past sundown.
That's hilarious. I wish I knew a magic attack so I can just hit you with it.
Hey.
Okay, so, Beriss, it's your turn, sir.
Oh, thank God. Alright. Alright, bonus action. Declaring him my Kensai target, because I'm not getting closer to anything over there. Is a 21 hit?
Oh, fuck yeah.
6 piercing.
Okay.
And then 1 extra damage.
All right.
Is it still
You
alive?
hit one of the metal arms, and it moves. Or I'm sorry, you hit the chosen, didn't you?
I have to, yeah, because I can't see the metal pitting.
It does not.
It's still alive?
So close.
Damn it, second attack then.
Damn it.
Ah.
And I rolled like shit.
Oh, he lives. He lives.
I roll a 2 and a 1. The fuck?
I'm sucking.
What is the fuck is with these rolls tonight? I'm just saying, roll 20 is hating
Yeah.
on me.
You've been a little rough on you. All right, so that's your turn, Beriss.
Yes.
Good.
No.
There.
I'm worried.
Oh, you should be.
Oh, you're gonna die.
Watch it just fucking rips into the Thrycreen.
Dr. Brandty shot it. Oh, hell no.
Multi-attack.
Ah!
2 at Brandty and 2 at the Thrycreen. The first 2 will be at Brandty.
Yeah.
How now?
Oh, fuck.
Well,
Bye, Brandty.
yeah.
Are you unconscious?
Yes.
Okay. And with that, a wild flurry of activity happens. The 4 arms reach out with the blades at the end and grab a hold of Brandty. As it does, the steam spits and sputters from behind the creature, and you can see the contracting of the fingers, and Brandy's body suddenly goes limp as the blades dig deep into her neck and chest.
God damn it.
As she goes limp, the creature lets go and continues its assault on the other 3. Oops, I'll take the first 2. So, critically hits with the first one, grabs a hold of the Thrycreen and rips its head clean off. Its second attack is a massive critical failure. The magic missiles that connected with Brandy's, that Brandty connected with, you notice now there's some sort of mechanical eye in the top that tries to poke out in between, and it's been damaged in some way. It looks around and tries to send out a bolt of electricity from the 2 things at the top, and it's one of them suddenly discharges in the wrong spot. Critical fail. And Mary.
Would it be athletics to grab Brandty and turn around and run? Because she's like
Yes.
small.
Yeah, I'd
and
say
I'm very
yes.
strong. Does a 9 succeed in grabbing someone who's lying on the ground? Does a 9 do it?
Grabbing
Marion,
her.
I'm gonna say you can grab her and move her out of the way, but you're not gonna be able to run with her in hand.
Okay, so how far can
You're
I
too
go?
engaged in the fight.
What,
You can move
I thought-
her on top. So, like, you could move her.
like
take
behind
her.
me? Could I put her behind me?
No.
Well, shit. Alright, and then my move is I'm gonna get out of the way of... Alright, that's what I got. Beerus, maybe you can try and get her out? I don't know. I think we're fucked.
I can't abandon my friends, man.
Is that it, Marion?
That's all I got.
Okay.
God, I wish Marion was more chaotic neutral. Yep, I'm done.
The Thri-Kreen Chosen turns around and attacks the Reliquary.
The Chosen isn't dead? Holy shit.
I thought it just. Wait, what?
Oh, I'm sorry, it's headphone. I didn't mark that down.
Oh,
My bad.
No!
we shouldn't have
My
said
bad.
anything.
My insect friend!
It's one of those bugs that can move without a 10.
Actually, that is a thing. Like a lot of them.
Brandty, I need you to roll
No.
me. I need you to roll me a death saving throw, please.
Wait, I'm not dead. Well,
No,
That's how
you're
it
not
works.
unconscious.
okay.
You very well might be in a minute.
What?
Woo.
That did not help.
That is one check in the closer to dying category, man.
Wait, has she never been knocked out before?
Nope.
Okay, so quick rules explanation for Brandty.
I
If you-
know how it works.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, she knows how it works.
Meh.
She's very sad.
You nerd.
Nerd.
I mean, with her
Beriss.
character, I'm experienced with the death saving throw.
Time to work on a new character.
God damn it.
I'm gonna say that that's just gonna. You're just gonna miss with that one. If you wanted to continue attacks, you can.
Oh, thank fucking God.
Hit. Hit again. Hit again. There's some rolls. There's better rolls.
Burning may last 2 key points. This katana strike will also be a stunning strike.
Okay.
He has to make a Constitution saving throw.
He cannot, sir. He is immune to stun.
Aww.
Sorry.
Whoremonger.
He's a robot.
I do not like the skeleton robot.
Nor do I.
Get him.
I'm not sure how good hitting it with a book is.
That was a lot of damage, though. That was
24,
good.
yeah. That's what I got. Wait a minute. I'm gonna activate my Ajani special ability.
Ooh, he's going balls out, boy.
I actually don't have the rules
Get
down
'em.
here for it.
Sure. So you add, for one attack, you add a D4 of a chosen of your chosen, which I believe is fire.
Yep, yep, he is fire.
Or I'm sorry, a D6. It's a D6.
Okay. So I'm gonna roll 1d6 fire damage.
Okay.
Beerus, seeing Brandty knocked out and bleeding on the ground, rushes in. So with the Ajani, is it literally just like a hole in my chest where the energy is?
It is not. It's not a hole. Think of it kind of like it's implanted into the skin.
All right. Beerus pulls back the cloth he has wrapping around his chest, revealing a red crystal embedded into his flesh. It flashes quickly with a red flame as fire wraps around his katana. He makes multiple strikes with the katana against the creature, and then with the back, does a back. What they call? Where they put their hands down and they kick up with their legs.
Kippa.
Yeah. Kicks it right in the glass goddamn fucking skeleton head.
And with that, it's the Reliquary's turn.
Back the fuck up.
The Reliquary's eye spits and sputters and looks at Beerus and suddenly glows a very bright red. A beam of burning energy shoots out from the eyeball at Beerus.
Ooh,
That does not hit me.
good.
Everybody make a dexterity. No, actually, don't do that. We did that. Okay. The beam of streaking energy goes shooting by Beerus, missing. Lucky fuck.
20 AC, man. 20 AC. We have a dodge
Yeah.
tank and a goddamn HP tank.
I don't want to tell you the damage on that attack.
I don't want to know what it is, because I think I'd be fucking dead.
Most likely.
I'll tell you later. Marion, you're...
I'm not recklessly attacking, because if I do, I'll die. Well, that'll hit.
Yep. Go ahead and roll your damage, sir. For 15. 20.
Did it do anything visible? Does a 17 hit?
You smash the warhammer into the front of the crystal. As the crystal gets hit in the front, it starts cracking. One of the arms falls off, and one of the legs starts to go limp underneath it. The spitting and sputtering starts happening in an increased amount. That hits too. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Whew!
Nice.
14 more.
It's looking real hurt, boys! It's looking real hurt!
Oh my god, I don't want to die, I don't want to die, I don't want to die.
I'm bleeding out.
No!
Well, the worst part is neither of us have any healing abilities, so we can't help her.
Yeah, I know, I'm fucked.
I mean, we can just do medicine checks until she doesn't die.
That's not how it works.
Oh,
Well,
let's just
That is
do the saving
legitimately
throws
not
first.
how it works.
We can stabilize, hopefully.
It's looking real hurt.
Also, I have a healing potion.
Two of the arms now have fallen off the creature.
You have a healing potion?
Yeah.
Pour it down her damn throat.
I needed to kill this thing!
Fair enough. Well, if she fails this save,
If
pour
she
it down her
fails the
damn
save,
throat.
that's my next action.
Brandty, go ahead and make me a death saving throw, please.
Oh my god!
God
no.
damn
Oh
it.
my god. Oh my god.
Might not make it.
If you would have just rolled the nat 1, you would have been dead.
Oh man.
Because the nat 1 counts as 2 checks.
Fuck.
Beerus, it's now or never, buddy.
Oh man, yeah it is.
Can I come through?
Oh, oh, sweet lord.
There we go, there we go.
Roll your damage.
All right.
How do you want to do this?
Thematically, Beriss takes out his blade, slides between its legs, cutting across the underside of it. As he pops up on the other side, he jumps back up, slashes into the top half of it, and then takes his tail and slams into the glass.
Okay.
And then he rides it down like a champ.
As you do that, the crystal cracks more, all the way around it in 360 degrees, and then suddenly shatters. The arms and the mechanisms of the creatures surrounding the crystal fall apart. The skeletal body falls out of the crystal onto the floor. It's then that you realize, with its head rolled to the side looking at you, smoke starts billowing from the eye sockets. And then a flame in each eye socket starts bursting. Suddenly, the skeleton begins to animate slightly, and one hand shoots out and positions itself on the floor and starts pushing the skeleton up to its feet. A sudden gout of flame erupts. The flames burn so intently that you can't help but put your arms up in front of your face as the light shines. And before you no longer stands a skeleton, but a person. Shane, would you like to describe your character, please?
Wait, what?
Oh my god!
Yes, I
What?
would.
I.
So she's mostly naked at the moment, but she is a strong looking, beautiful warrior. Her head is held high. Her most striking features are her blazing red eyes and fiery hair that seems to move like flames. Behind her back are a pair of majestic white feathered wings that are bound by red and black chains that spark with magic every few seconds.
Beriss looks at it with disbelief. What kind of sorcery is this? Marion, help Brandty. I'll watch the winged one.
I would move past them without even talking and go over to Brandty.
Okay. This person starts walking past you. What do you do?
Oh, if he's walking in the direction of Brandty, I will stop him.
A hand is placed out before you. From a unusual looking lizard creature. You've seen a couple of them before. You know they're called a Ajani. It looks like they've come a long way into civilization. When you used to know them, they were tribal, primitive, pretty much kind of like goblins. But this one seems very intelligent.
Allow me to pass, noble creature. I wish you no harm. I say in like a very angelic, like booming with divine authority kind of.
God damn it, Beriss. So goddamn easy to fucking be tricked.
Seems like she wants to help.
I don't know
Marion,
the.
It seems like she wants to help too.
Help if you can. Hurt her and die.
Beriss has not put back his blade. Its blade is sheathed, but he has his hand on the handle.
The Warhammer is out and ready to rock. I am not even a little bit relaxed.
I gotta chuckle to myself. Fear not, mortals, for I am the divine. And I put my hands on her face, and I'm going to use all 15 points of my lay on hands to heal her.
Okay.
Frickin' paladin. Something.
Brandty, you're healed
as
for
a
14.
note,
Go ahead.
all of my benefactory spells leave a burning halo floating above my ally's head for
1
minute.
Okay. So there's a burning halo above her head now?
Yeah, it has no effects. It's just flare, I guess.
I just got a new skin. It's fine.
Brandty, you come to consciousness and look up into the face of what looks to be an angel.
Be restored, young one. There is much yet to do.
What is happening?
You got your shit wrecked.
Yeah, I remember that part.
The skeleton
Who are you?
helped you.
I am Anbriel, the Shield of Dawn.
Oh, that's cool.
I literally finished that as Shane was finishing the sentence and was like, fuck yeah, timing rock.
I saw that too. That was nice.
Yeah, that was good DM work right there. That's what that was.
Brandty is
Clutch.
confused, intimidated, and relieved?
And with that, we're going to head over to the other team.
You sons of bitches.
Tristero, I don't think Tristero ended up fixing his.
Okay.
But we'll just continue on from there. So. He nods to the man over across the way. What do you do?
Does this individual seem to like go off and go do something?
He seems to put a long-stemmed pipe in his mouth, nod to the person standing in front of you, and walk away.
Sexy.
To be clear, this is the individual that this guy was indicating to, who was like in an alleyway or something, right?
Correct.
Okay. So the crowd is still, I'm assuming, gathering around this guy who was talking. So it seems like it's probably still pretty busy here, right?
Yeah, it's still pretty busy. After the man kind of walks away, you can stick around for as long as you'd like, you and Tristero, but the person just keeps perpetuating what he's doing.
Well, I was gonna say, I think at this point, Johnboi's probably gonna go and follow this dude. Mostly was just curious about like what I'm seeing here. So that sounds perfect then. Johnboi will take his leave and will kind of slink off into the darkness to try and follow him, or at least will encourage Tristero to come and follow suit to try and see what this guy is up to.
Yeah, okay. Alright, so you both follow him down a series of different passages. Go ahead and make a perception roll for me, both of you. So that way you can keep track of him as he's slinking from around people and around corners and stuff. You guys lose sight of him for a moment as you're following him. You lose sight of him for a moment and you regain it. You lose sight of him for a moment and you regain it. And as he moves from place to place, you eventually follow him to in front of the scriptorium. And he walks in.
I get distracted, and Johnboi is going to head over to take a look at through the window, or if there's any way to see inside, but see what he can find.
Sure. You look in the window and you don't really see very much. Tristerio, did you want to take a perception check? Tristerio, you don't see anything through the window, but you hear quite a lot of commotion. What do you do? Okay. Tristerio walks in the scriptorium. You now realize that those sounds that you had heard from before were guttural screams that were muffled. The inside of the entire of the scriptorium, visually from where you're standing, is empty. But you know what you heard. Okay. Go ahead and make me an investigation roll. Johnboi, you can do the same. As you look around, you notice the carpet behind the desk has been moved. One corner is flipped up, ever so slightly. All right. Tristerio, you see the scroll that you saw from before, that scroll of Dispel Magic. And as you also look around, so you can go ahead and add that to your inventory if you'd like. And as you additionally look around, you see an unusual looking book. You're not quite sure what it is, but it definitely looks important and valuable. Yeah, fits in your backpack just fine. Tristerio is looting stuff. What are you doing, Johnboi?
He will actually do the same. That sounds delightful.
Okay. As Tristerio is putting the book in his backpack, you both simultaneously take eye of a large, semi-large sack of coins. You both reach out for it simultaneously.
Johnboi will attempt to go and get it first.
Okay. Go ahead and you both make me just straight dexterity roll. Oh, sleight of hand. Okay, go ahead and make me a dexterity roll there. Just Johnboi gets his hand on the coin purse first.
Sorry about that. You must understand. Johnboi needs money more than you do today. But don't worry, I'll share.
Johnboi, as you look in, Tristerio says, "Yes, why wouldn't you do that, like right now?"
This is probably not a good place to start counting coins. I figure we should go somewhere a bit more quiet.
Both of you make a dexterity save for me.
Oh boy.
Johnboi, you fall over as the floor beneath you moves. Tristerio, you take a step out of the way and realize that suddenly the floor flips up and the man from before comes up from the floor from what appears to be a trapdoor. Boy, look at you, a couple of looters.
Aren't we all a little bit? We kind of have to survive. This is a tough world. Surely you understand.
Yeah, of course I do, Mike. He turns around and he uses his foot to kick the trapdoor closed, and he looks around. Well, good eye. And he starts walking out. And he exits the scriptorium, unless you guys do anything.
I am betting this is not going to be good. Johnboi is going to look around and see if there's where did he come from within this area here?
So,
because it sounds like we just fell like down into something, or I did.
No. You just fell over
Okay.
because you were standing on the trapdoor.
Yeah.
After the trapdoor has been opened, he turns around, shuts it, and walks out of the scriptorium.
Got it. Okay. Did he like come from anywhere within here? Was he just like standing there as we were looting?
No, he was underneath the trapdoor while you guys were looting.
Got it. So the trapdoor is now flung open.
No, he turned around and closed it.
Oh. Is it locked?
Huh?
Did you lock the gate?
Yeah. Why?
Are you checking? He didn't appear to lock it, if that's what you're asking.
I'm going to try and open it
Okay.
using Mage Hand.
Sure. Yeah. Tristerio readies his crossbow. Yep, you flick the trapdoor open with Mage Hand.
Anything inside?
Yep. Inside, you find a wooden staircase. It looks to be probably 100 years old, covered in dust. Down inside, you see the flicker of candlelight. You see wooden shelves on the left and right, standing 5 to 10 feet in height. It's hard to tell from the angle you're standing at and the height of the stairs.
Tristerio, you seem to be a very tough sort. I think you should go down first.
Why is that sauce on the floor?
What sauce?
That crossbow does look very pointy.
That cup of sauce
I don't know. I didn't put down there.
was here. Did you move the printer?
The printer might have moved itself.
It doesn't move itself.
Oh, I spilled. God damn
Yeah,
it.
it's all over the fucking couch.
I didn't move the fucking printer, man. My chair hit when I turned.
Well, I suppose that's reasonable. Fine.
No, I fucking totally put a sauce in the
How many
printer.
coins are in there?
There is 35
I'll clean
copper
it up in the
pieces.
morning. Calm the fuck down.
Just pass me some fucking tissues.
Just go to bed.
It would seem as though there's an unequal number, but I would be willing to take the lesser amount if you would be willing to go down first into the darkness and take that risk.
Here's off the fucking couch.
It seems fair to me.
I noticed that there was a fucking sauce cup there, okay?
I will give him precisely half plus the rounded up one goes to him.
Okay. Mark that number of copper pieces down on your character sheet, Tristerio, and you continue down the staircase, I assume. Okay. Tristerio, you descend down the staircase. And it isn't long before you see what was causing the muffled shouts from before. You notice off, slumped in the corner, the proprietor of the scriptorum, in a heap on the floor, covered in his own blood, with what you could probably guess is 10 to 12 stab wounds in his torso.
Hmm.
What do you see down there? Is it anything good? No. Well, that is quite unfortunate. He did seem to be a nice man.
It doesn't appear that there's really anything else unusual in the area. It just seems to be some sort of pantry. Tristero says, I think we should leave. It would look bad if we were found here with the proprietor stabbed to death and all.
I suppose that would be a very good point. I would say let's make that a quick egress. I'd rather not pay more time here than we already have.
So you all leave the scriptorum?
I sure as heck am going to. Before going out the door, though, I would like to check to see if there's anyone on the other side.
Okay. You
That
look on the other side of the door. You don't see anybody. You walk out. Nobody seems the wiser. I'm going to fast forward a little bit so that way we can start linking the two parties up. Johnboi and Tristero. Not much more eventful happens during the day. Eventually, the sun. You made a decent amount of point today. You know, after having taken valuables from a dead man and all. The moons start rising high in the sky. Nurkef and Muvre, as they've been known throughout Erimos. Nurkef is the larger moon, bright and brilliant blue in color, with deep craters showing depth and brilliance. Muvre is a smaller sized moon, half crossing behind Nurkef and reflecting a deep, brilliant purplish red color. The sky is awash with all sorts of reds, blues, white-colored stars. The longer you stare, you swear you can see the colors in between, almost like there are more stars yet to be discovered. For those of you who are off-worlders, whether on the desert sands or in the city of Koffelin itself, this is beyond a brilliant testament to what Eros was supposed to be. Utterly breathtaking in every way. To those of you that live on Erimos, it's just another day trying to survive. And with that, off in the distance, as you guys rest your heads down, sleeping another in night, given to you by Joel, you hear a commotion. You walk out. Johnboi and Tristero, and you walk out and you see off in the distance on the mountains to the south a soft green glow. The green glow increases in size until eventually you can start seeing differences in between the shapes of that green glow. After a while, you realize that what these shapes are is people walking, glowing. As they get closer, you realize you can see through them. The inhabitants of the city start making way for these otherworldly spirits as they walk through the center of town. Everybody go ahead and make Johnboi, go ahead and make a history check for me. Johnboi, you've heard of this. The only reason I didn't let Tristero take this test is because he's not originally from this world. This is called the March of Final End. And what it is when spirits, because the magic of the weave is so fragile, the material plane and the ethereal plane during certain moon cycles and times will cross over, and the dead can talk to the living. So as this procession starts walking from what you can see on the map from the left side where 7 is all the way to the other 7, They make their way through the city, stopping and talking to all of the different inhabitants of the city. And the spirits hear and understand them and speak back to their loved ones that they left behind. And the people keep going through and keep going through. And it's then, Johnboi, that you see a familiar face. Go ahead and roll me a perception.
Oh boy. Johnboi is too worried, looking over his shoulder, trying to find out if there's somebody who may have seen him do what he did before here and might be following him. But he does make a little bit of an effort.
As you look, you're looking around, and you turn and look, and when you look back, you look into the face of another Ajani. You recognize him, but because of his spectral features, you don't really immediately recognize him. It takes you a few minutes before he looks at you and said, "My son, you've really let me down." And that's where we're going to end tonight's session.
Fantastic.
Way to drop the anvil at the very end.
So, sorry for the people kind of trapped in Coughlin. I tried to make it as entertaining as possible.
So, Rob, how much damage did that I-beam do?
It did 48 plus 6.
Oh boy.
That would have killed Beriss, I think.
Yeah,
Good chance.
it probably would have knocked him out, yeah.
I have
You
35
might-
HP.
You have what?
35. I did not get hit once that combat.
Me either.
Just so you know, Marion, through all that, is still not bloody.
All right.
Love
so,
being a tank.
that's it for today. I want to thank everybody
All right.
that's watching or watching on YouTube for tuning in. And as always, remember that good old saying, not all... What?
Not all who wander are lost.
That's right.
Bye, buddy.
Bye.
Bye.
Later.
Good night.